Hey guys, this is your girl Nikisha Brunson and you are watching another episode of At Home with Nikisha. Today I have a special treat because I'm going to be showing you guys how to make Jamaican curry chicken. Now this was a popular request after a lot of you guys saw my interview with my husband for Tribeza magazine and what we eat on our date night. So this is definitely a popular dish at my house and I've been working on it for years, so it's changed over the years. People do their recipes differently, but this is definitely a Jamaican recipe based on, you know, authentic Jamaican curry chicken. You can use whatever meat you like. I love to use the dark meat, legs, thighs. Today I'm using legs. And here's the ingredients you're gonna need. 6 chicken legs or any part of the chicken you'd like, skinned and cleaned. 2 to 3 potatoes. Later we're going to peel them and cut them in quarters. 1 medium to large onion, diced in small pieces. 5 to 6 fresh sprigs of thyme. 4 tablespoons of Jamaican curry powder divided. So 3 tablespoons here and 1 tablespoon here. 1 tablespoon of adobo. I like to use the one with pepper by Goya. 1 teaspoon of Scotch bonnet pepper hot sauce, which is optional. I like to use it because it gives it that kick because it's a little spicy and it also gives it that authentic Jamaican flavor, but you can leave it out if you can't stand the heat. 3 cloves of garlic, finely chopped. 5 whole allspice. 1 teaspoon of black pepper. About 1/2 teaspoon of sea salt, just for taste, which is optional. 3 tablespoons of olive oil. 2.5 teaspoons of brown sugar. 1 can of full-fat coconut milk. And about 2 cups of water. So now that you have all your ingredients, you are going to take your 1 tablespoon of Jamaican curry powder, which is separated, well, divided, and you're gonna pour it onto your cleaned, skinned chicken legs. You're gonna take your adobo. Now, I get my curry powder from the Spanish market here in Austin, and now I'm taking my black pepper. Ooh, let's get in my pipes there. So, I'm just throwing it on my chicken and I'm gonna season my chicken and make sure that all of my chicken is covered. Now, if you're going to make more than 6 pieces of chicken, just increase the amount of seasoning you use. So I make sure that this is all coated. Now, of course, if you marinate this overnight, your chicken is going to taste even more delicious. So now I am coating my chicken and it's fully coated with my adobo, my Jamaican curry powder, and my black pepper. Oh, and side note, make sure that's a Jamaican curry powder because I know that Indian curry powder has a little bit of a different taste, which is great for Indian dishes, but not great for Jamaican dishes. Now that my chicken is fully coated with all my seasoning, I'm going to head on over to my stove and brown my chicken. I like to brown my chicken for a little bit of color, and then it definitely locks in the flavor of the seasonings onto your meat. So you'll need a big pot with a lid to make your chicken. I've already added my olive oil and I have my heat on about medium-high flame. You're gonna heat up your oil. Now you're going to add your brown sugar. And I'm just gonna shake it around a little bit to make sure the bottom of my pan is coated with brown sugar and oil. Now people do their browning different ways. This is my foolproof way of browning my meat without getting it too brown or having that nasty burnt taste. So I'm just going to let it brown a bit more Let's turn my flame up a little more. All right. See how that looks? You could always use a spoon too to shake your brown sugar around. Now that my oil is heated, I'm going to add my chicken legs. Some of the pot. And I'm going to be browning all sides of my chicken. So give it one more tip just to make sure that the oil and the brown sugar coats the bottom of all my chicken. I have a big fork here. Now we're just gonna brown these bad boys. So to brown your chicken on each side is gonna be about 5 minutes. So let's check my chicken. Ah, it's good. I'm gonna flip my chicken over. Okay, now that my chicken is flipped over, now I'm going to add my onions and my garlic. So you're gonna add your onions, then you're gonna add your garlic, and you are going to cook these until the onions turn a bit translucent. So now that my onions are translucent, I am going to add the rest of my ingredients, which is my coconut milk. Just cover, look at all that rich, creamy coconut milk. Now, as you can see, I have enough to where it only covers it a little more than halfway. So this is where the 2 cups of water comes in, is you want to pour the water in. You don't have to use all of it until you cover your chicken completely. Now I'm going to add the rest of my curry that I divided. I'm gonna add my fresh thyme sprigs, my whole allspice, my salt, and my Scotch bonnet pepper sauce. Now you want to make sure that you turn your pot down to simmer, and you are going to cook this for 45 minutes, and then we're going to add potatoes once the 45-minute mark hits. So your total cooking time is going to be 1 hour. Some people don't add coconut milk to their curry chicken, but I do, because I like to, it kind of like evens out the flavors. It gives it this nice creamy flavor, kind of softens out the spices, but you can do it every way you want. Water or coconut milk. So now my pot's on simmer, I've covered it, and I will be back in 45 minutes. 45 minutes is up, and as you can see, we've lost some liquid, so I'm just gonna add some more water just to cover up my chicken again. And then now I'm going to add my peeled and quartered potatoes and cook this for about another 15 minutes or until my potatoes are softened. And you can test if your potatoes are softened by just using a fork and poking it. So now I'm gonna take my spoon, make sure that my potatoes are covered. so they cook fully. And now I am going to cover my pot again. Come back and check my potatoes in another 15 minutes. My curry chicken is done, it's been plated, and actually the potatoes I used, because they were on the larger side, I had to cook them for an extra 5 minutes, so an extra 20 minutes altogether. So that means I cooked my whole dish at about an hour and 10 minutes. So now that it's on my plate, if you'd like, if you have guests over, you could garnish it with a nice red pepper. I sliced 3 of them, and voila. I know some of you guys out there want to know if you could do the same meal with boneless chicken breast, and you can, but I love to use chicken with the bone in it because the bone gives the gravy and the sauce just so much flavor. This is definitely one of my favorite dishes. Again, this is my own personal recipe. I've added my own little touches to it. As you continue to make this, you can make adjustments along the way. I hope you enjoy it. And for our next video, I'm gonna be showing you how to make coconut rice and beans, AKA coconut rice and peas, which goes really well with this dish if you don't wanna make white rice or brown rice or whatever you'd like as your carb on the side. And it also pairs well with spinach, kale, callaloo if you're in the Caribbean. So make sure that you tune in for the next video. Follow me on my personal Instagram and also follow pineapple.life. Also, let me know if any of you guys get engaged after cooking this meal for your significant other, because that's how hard it goes in. See you next time.